Um, it's like, like crazy shit, but originally keep on fucking happening. Like, it's like, not just like, was scared, but it's like for no fucking reason. Because these kids was having a good time, and right at the front, this cop just put his blick out on these kids, or whatever went up. And the kid wasn't even driving, like, the vehicle. They was in, or whatever went up. They was just sitting there, just like, just like, chilling or whatever went up. And this cop just, like, went up to this, like, vehicle and, like, pulled his blick out or whatever went up. You know what I'm saying? Because, they, like, it was like, they, like, was just having a good time or whatever when I, acting that way that kids act or whatever when I, you know what I'm saying? For real though. And, like, the shorty that was, like, recording this or whatever when I was up there just yelling, like, put the gun down, like, whatever when I, you know what I mean? Real though. Anyway, gang. When, like, shorty, like, pull the window down, or whatever, whatnot. And I said, she rolled the window down. The cop pointed the blick straight at her. For real, I'm not gonna even cap, and like, he actually just did that shit. And his partner up there just going up to the girl with the camera, saying, like, back off, back off, back off, back off. Bro up there, like, point the gun right at the shorty with the camera or whatever when not. They're saying back off or whatever when not. It's crazy as ever, again. I'm just glad, like, dude there, like, actually, like, start blinking or whatever when not. Because, like, in those type of situations where, like, the cop get all up in his, like, feelings or whatever or not, and it be, like, acting like they're scared, then they gonna start blinking or whatever or not. You know what I'm saying? Real though. I'm glad they didn't make a false move because that would have happened. Real though. And that's on bro. Because they always do that bullshit. Real though. Anyway, they're talking about, like, blocking, like, respirations for, like, 2 years or whatever when not. You know what I'm saying? Real though. And then, like, they go have to study and keep on studying and shit about this shit or whatever when not. Real though. Knowing the goddamn well they don't want to pay no reparations at all. Real though. I mean, like, why don't they just make up their mind, gang? You know what I'm saying? Just, like, put it right out there. You know what I'm saying? For real though. Saying, stop the bullshit, just come up front. Just be, like, true with it. You know what I'm saying? Just say the real shit or whatever. Just, like, just tell us the truth or whatever when not. You know what I mean? Don't try to, like, block it or nothing like that. But it's bullshit. For real though. Be truthful. Anyway, now this tech company is finding, these tech companies is finding out that, like, doing this AI shit is more expensive than ever. And I already knew this shit was gonna be expensive because if the machine break, they gonna have to pay more money to fix that motherfucker. For real though. And, like, shit, I already said that on my last one, but they ass didn't even pay attention or nothing like that. For real though, I already said that shit. And solve makes I heard him make some solve bands, you know what I'm saying? For real though. That's some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? But for real though, if they act like they didn't learn, they gonna learn today. Anyway, now it's like, this group of, like, people up there walking around in Virginia or whatever when not. You know what I'm saying? This white supremacy group, you know what I'm saying? All up in the same, like, get up, like the green shirt, beige pants, brown shoes and shit like that. They walking around proudly and shit, you know what I'm saying? They have, like, guns and shit. And they waving that, like, Confederate flag or whatever when I walking, like, in communities of the, like, I think black people communities and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Try to, like, start some shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, just to show their presence, saying, like, they there or some shit. You know what I'm saying? For real though. So some shit could jump off or whatever, whatnot. But shit ain't gonna happen like that, gang. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen like that. You know what I mean? For real though. And that's on, bro. Anyway. So, these motherfuckers know goddamn well that they doing bad shit or whatever, whatnot. Like, they putting people's life in danger or whatever, whatnot. Now, I'm saying, this, like, company, like, well, these officials, the Georgia officials, like, already knew that this motherfucking, like, carpet was up there, like, putting chemicals in the water and shit, polluting the water and shit. And, like, people in Georgia don't even know about it. They also, like, doing this, like, what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy as hell, gang. I'm telling you, there's some crazy shit. For real, though. Anyway, they out of pocket for that shit. For real, though, because, a lot of people could get sick. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's happening up in the, like, black community and the Latino community. For real though, that shit is crazy. They out of pocket for that shit. And they getting profit from this shit, gang. And that shit is not cool. That's not cool at all. I don't give a fuck if they getting profit or not. Profit or not. But shit, that shit is out of pocket. They out of pocket for that shit. For real though. And like, they not even doing nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like between like Georgia and Columbia. Columbia, I don't know. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy as hell. They up there profiting from the shit. From these damn carpets that's contaminated the fucking water and all that shit. That shit is crazy as fuck, gang. For real. Anyway. So, I'm just like, that's crazy. They remaking like, Washington D.C. like a motherfucker. For real though. I mean putting these statues of these slave owners, and it's up there this crazy dude or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That actually had a problem with just anybody for real though. That's some crazy shit. I'm like, hell no. About this man that used to actually just define a lot of shit, especially women and all that. Like, that's some crazy shit. That's some crazy shit that's ever. You know what I mean? For real though. Anyway, so I'm like, goddamn. Plus, you know what I'm saying? Justice, justice just gave the police to go ahead to come into your crib, come into your house. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's no fucking danger. You know what I'm saying? But shit, you could do something to prevent that shit from happening though. You know what I'm saying? For real though. And that's on, bro. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, I'ma just chill, you know what I'm saying? Watch TV or whatever, whatnot, and that shit. See what's up or whatever and whatnot, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm just gonna just do my thing, okay? I'm like, shit, for real though. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? But if Brody wanna go ahead and play the game with me, we gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm just gonna go out in the front room and just chill and be here or whatever when I, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just do my thing or whatever and watch the shows that's that came out this year or whatever when I, you know what I'm saying? For real though, I might as well do that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I got a lot of free time on my hands and all this shit. And I ain't gonna be able to go to school until Saturday. You know what I'm saying? For real though. And that was surprising as hell that I didn't have school on you know what I'm saying, yesterday. For real though. I had to find that shit out. For real though. So I went up there and that's how I found out. Because the staff told me that shit. You know what I'm saying? What doing today? I'm like, yo, shit. Hell no. I'm like, yeah, I was that was good. I was like, yeah, okay, cool. For real though. But anyway, the thing I was supposed to do was I think I was supposed to look at my email or whatever. It might be on there or something like that. You know what I'm saying? For real though. I mean, I'm a little about it. But anyway, in the meantime, I would just sit back and just chill around them. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And hit the bell notification so you can see my next video. Upload and my next post and make sure I'm making no more tomorrow. And oh yeah, you can check out my previous videos if you like. So long, farewell, goodbye.